Hello, welcome to my podcast. This is episode number 10. I'm the Butler. I'm a full-time reseller on eBay. Today we're talking about how leaving feedback quickly can save you time and a whole lot of money. Let's get into it. So when I sell an item, the first thing I do is pull it. I make sure it's clean. I make sure there's no issues that I didn't see when I was listing it. And then I package it up and I print a label. As soon as the labels print, I go and I leave a feedback. I want to do this right away. Now, I don't know about any of you, but I buy a lot on eBay. Now, if you buy on eBay, you probably feel the same way I do when you purchase something and a seller doesn't leave you feedback right away. You're like, why wouldn't you leave me feedback right away? Are you worried about something? So right away, right there, it tells you, it puts them right on, it makes a buyer apprehensive, and right away it puts you in a deficit. I mean, you're coming out the gate with them already a little confused. Some may be upset, but let's just say you got them confused. They're a little confused. So right away we know that not leaving feedback kind of puts you in a neutral to negative position with the buyer. So what is it when you leave a feedback right away, quickly? What does that do? Right away, that makes the buyer feel good because they feel that the item's been shipped. You left a feedback. You are a confident seller. You are a go-getter. You are ready to rock and roll. These people, they don't even think about the item again till it shows up. So now let's say, what does that say about you as a seller when you leave feedback right away? It says you're a confident person. You're confident in what you're selling. You believe in what you're selling. You believe you described it accurately. Just tons of good things. So leaving feedback quickly says tons of good things about you and nothing negative. So it's a good idea on that alone, just to leave feedback quickly. But what are the other benefits of leaving feedback quickly? Aside from what does it say about you as being a good person, a confident person, you're standing behind your item, the buyer feels confident about what he purchased. But what else does it say? You know, when you meet somebody or you have a customer, you get one opportunity, you get a first impression. So with your first impression, I mean, there's not too many areas when somebody buys something. I mean, you can get it to them quickly as described, and that's the best you can hope for. But when there's other little bonuses you can collect, like leaving feedback quickly, that shows. I've had buyers write me letters saying how they appreciated that I left feedback right away. They just felt good about it. They felt that whatever I was selling, I believed in, and I just think that's really important. So to leave feedback right away is just a positive thing all the way around. To not leave feedback right away, if you wait for the buyer to leave you a feedback before you leave them one, you're doing a disservice to you and your store. So you should never do that. You need to beat them to the feedback. And if possible, before you even ship the item out the door, shows incredible confidence. The buyers love that, and it's just a great way to run your business. So another thing is, let's say you have a problem with the buyer. Let's say the item did have an issue you missed. If you've left feedback right away, the buyer feels that you didn't intentionally try to get this by them. You didn't try to slip by. It just happened. It was an accident. As long as you acknowledge this buyer's pain and you say, like, you acknowledge you missed it. I'm so sorry. I didn't see that, and, it should never have gotten to you like that. Please forgive me. I want to thank you for bringing it to my attention. I want to thank you for understanding. You got to thank them for understanding, and they're less likely to leave you a negative feedback. They're more likely to work with you. They just want to be treated fairly. They have a reasonable expectation of what they bought. And if it doesn't go through, fine, okay. Just get them their money quickly. Acknowledge their pain. Acknowledge what you did wrong. Acknowledge what they went through. Give them their money back quickly. I guarantee you, you'll never get a feedback you can't remove. All right. So I hope that helped you with the feedback issue. I think it says a lot about you as a person. I think if you get it into your seller mindset that you're just going to be leaving these feedbacks, you'll do a better job when you're listing. You'll take more care with your listings. You'll take more care with your store. In the end, it'll save you a lot of time and money because buyers will be willing to work with you if there is an incident. They'll see that there was no intention to screw them. You weren't waiting to leave a feedback. So if they have a problem and you haven't left a feedback, they're thinking, well, you knew about the problem and you were waiting to see if they found it before you left a feedback. If you leave a feedback and there's an issue, you can say, I am terribly sorry. I want to thank you for working with me and allowing me to make this right. You are so awesome. I want to thank you for your understanding and your time. I never would intentionally want to waste your time or money. Thank you again. And you just need to humble yourself. But I'm telling you, leaving feedback fast, super fast, can always save you time and money. I hope this podcast helped. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. You guys are awesome. Till next time, live the dream. Talk to you.